Hey guys, first of all, just want to apologize for the tardiness of this video. I was supposed to probably release this 2 or 3 weeks ago. I've just been really busy, caught up in a home improvement project that's taken a lot of time, and I want to get it done, and it's pretty involved. And I don't mind, like I said before, I try to take a little bit of a break in the summer, try to get outside more since I really can't in the winter. I spend more of my time building time more in the fall and winter, and then try to get out in the summer. It also just helps to prevent burnout. You know, you got to take a break from things, including your hobbies, to just to keep enjoying them. So, anyways, enough of the excuses. I told you guys I would release a video once I had the frame, chassis, and suspension built again on the AMT International TRANSTAR 4070A. This is a re-release, and I have done that. Here it is. Got the engine set and with the radiator, and then I got the chassis built along with the drive axle suspension and the steering axle suspension. Everything on this kit just continues to go together beautifully. No complaints. It's just everything fits together so nicely. It's actually probably a very good kit for a first-time truck builder, because everything fits together so well and everything goes together pretty square and straight, which is important on these long chassis. You got to really try to keep them square and straight, otherwise you're going to have fit up problems as you move on down the road with the build. So I'll tell you what colors and some weathering I did here shortly. Just notice that hole. That's how I like to paint the engine in this case. Just an inconspicuous spot. Drill a hole, and then you can stick something up in there. I didn't use a screwdriver, but you get the idea. Something that you can stick into the hole and have the engine up here. Then you can twist the engine while you're painting it. You can, as long as it's a nice snug friction fit, it really works well for painting objects like this. I don't know, that's probably an 1/8-inch hole. It probably doesn't even need to be that big. You just want to make it big enough so that whatever you're using kind of as a handle is stiff enough and strong enough that it doesn't snap while you're painting. That would be a disaster. So just hint, something I do there. So what did I do? So I painted the chassis. I decided to go with the black. I went with a Rust-Oleum semi-gloss. It's a paint and a primer, but I did prime this with Rust-Oleum gray primer prior to hitting it with this. Even though this does say it's a primer, I still used a primer on the bare plastic just to protect it, though I don't think it really needs it. This isn't a really hot paint or anything. So I went with the semi-gloss because this is going to be more of a service truck, not a show truck. I'm going to weather it and continue to weather it as the build moves along. So I wanted to at least start not with a gloss, but halfway, because you can always keep going more and more into the flat area. And I did that with the Tamiya XF86 flat clear. I did that primarily, I hit it with the flat clear after a few days of letting the Rust-Oleum semi-gloss cure back here in the suspension, where things are going to get dirty and grimy on the rear drives. So back in here was hit with the Tamiya XF86, and then obviously the front near the engine and the steer axle. Obviously also the radiator. So if you I don't know if it picks up very well in the video on the camera, but if you look, it goes pretty flat black to a semi-gloss black in the middle, back to a flat black in all kind of the working areas of the truck. The engine, I think the last video I showed the detail of the engine. I did continue to weather it a little bit once it was set in the chassis. Also on this truck, not used to this, I almost really made a goof too. You can't build the entire chassis and have it completely assembled before you set the engine. You can't put the steering axle on or the radiator. You have to let the front of the chassis frame be disconnected because what happens is you set the engine, then you close the chassis and tie it all together with the steering axle and the radiator. If you put the steering axle and the radiator on first, you can't get the engine in. So I almost goofed there, just a heads up with that. A little bit different sequence than I'm used to on these truck builds. But I'm really happy the engine's showing some grime, some grease, some oil, and the transmission. And again, just using primarily the Tamiya panel line accent color. This is black. I also sometimes work in a little bit of the brown too. But that stuff flows so well, especially over the gloss finish, the enamel gloss finishes. It just really flows well. If you try to do it over flat, you're going to get some blooming because of the uneven surface, the microscopic uneven surface of the flat finish. But the gloss is smooth and the stuff just flows through all those little crannies and canyons and things. So just another tip there. So that's where we're at. Again, instructions are very, very good. I'm probably moving on now to, I don't know what I'm going to do next. There's some components that go on the rear of the frame, and you know, we're getting into the fuel tanks and stuff and all of that stuff. So that's probably what's next over the next couple weeks, is just starting at the fifth wheel and some other details on the back, and some plumbing and piping up here in the front in the engine. So I will, over the next several weeks, get another video up. I'm slowly working on this through the summer, along with everything else I like to do in the summer, mostly outdoors and finishing up a home project. But so far, it's been a great build, and I hope you guys keep following along. Hope you're picking up some tips. Before I go, here's another tip. I think I put this in another video. These are 1, 2, 3 blocks. These are great. I ordered these on Amazon, and they're just very versatile for setting things on, propping things up so you can do whatever you need to do. Just a warning, when those showed up at my house via delivery, they stunk of gasoline. I don't know why. They were wrapped in like a wax paper, and it just reeked of gasoline. I don't know if they were coated in some type of oil or you know, something like that, just to keep them from rusting, as they were shipped overseas from China. Not sure. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.